Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 4th of October 2022 and the final quarter of 2022 is not having a good start for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the global crypto market. We will look at the DeFi volume, we will look at stable coins, and we'll also try to compare the market share 24-hour trading volume between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And in today's episode, we're also going to be talking about Kim Kardashian, who's in some trouble with SEC, and she's been asked to pay a hefty fine of $1.26 million. And this has to do with a project that she was involved in called as EthereumMax. Now, I do remember Floyd Mayweather and Deontay Wilder and a couple of boxers. They were actively promoting EthereumMax. I believe this was way back in 2020, but the SEC is definitely gone after Kim Kardashian. And we'll also be talking about Bitcoin Lightning Network. Now listen guys, I have this very strong conviction that Lightning Network, not blockchain, is what the world needs right now. So we have an update that Bitcoin Lightning Network has reached a new capacity of 5,000 Bitcoins. That was roughly around $96 million. And in yesterday's episode also I talked about Lightning Network. So if you do want to find out more information of what Lightning Network is, one of the listeners did ask me a question yesterday on resources for Lightning Network, so I'll be touching base on that in today's episode as well. And Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy, he's also put up an ad and he's looking for someone with Lightning software engineering background. So they want to hire Bitcoin Lightning software engineer, and we'll be discussing what that role is in today's episode. And regarding Ethereum, we also have some really positive updates. And this is to do with the number of active wallet addresses. So Ethereum is definitely making some massive news. And at a macro level, I do see that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin probably 12 to 18 months from now. And we'll also talk about Ethereum name service. They've also registered a new milestone. Now regarding UAE, I have two news as well. The first news is Blockchain Economy Dubai, which is a massive event that goes live today in the next few hours. And I'll be exploring what that event is, and there are a couple of speakers who I really think that you need to pay attention to. And the second news is about a luxury car, Rolls-Royce, and they are partnering with Dubai-based artist Sacha Jafri, and this news has to do with NFT and how they're using NFT for charity. So definitely brilliant news. So welcome everyone, it's 8 here in Dubai and you're listening to Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. And how the series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee Date works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well. News that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and Middle East and the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. And this is followed by Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions from the cryptocurrency world. And every Fridays, we have an episode called Metaverse Everything, where we solely focus on Metaverse. So please check out those episodes as well. The format for Metaverse Everything podcast is completely different. And guys, what I tend to do is I tend to publish a daily and weekly report via my LinkedIn profile. So please follow me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn profile is in the show notes below. Now, one quiz that I'd like to ask today is, which year was Lightning Network incorporated into the Bitcoin blockchain protocol? So mention them in the comments below. But before we kickstart today's episode, we have an important message, so check this out. Firstly guys, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called Rise in the Obstacle Course Race, and Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. the podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. Next, Vertex Events have organized the first ever blockchain summit in the history of the World Expo on 10th to 11th of October 2021 at Dubai Expo 2022. Now they are planning to organize a 2-day blockchain summit in 2022 on the 14th and 15th of October at Grand Hyatt Dubai UAE. And Blockchain Dubai Summit is one of the most innovative and interactive summits in the Middle East. Industry leaders from the world of blockchain, digital assets will gather to discuss advantages of blockchain, crypto, DeFi, NFT and Metaverse, a brilliant event to network with leading personalities in the space. There are a couple of packages and opportunities for sponsorship, so click on the link below to know everything about Vertex Events, and the website is vertexgroups.ae, or also drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, since you've taken care of that, let's look at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, to be honest, since the last 24 hours, the global cryptocurrency market has pretty much moved sideways. It is currently at $938.87 billion. And since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.53%. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is $56.71 billion. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 50.45%. The volume of DeFi is down to $4.23 billion. To be honest, guys, I really am not sure what is going on so far as DeFi is concerned. That the total value locked is steady for the past 3 months or so. And as of today, $54.96 billion is locked in DeFi protocols, and MakerDAO accounts for 13.83% with $7.06 billion locked in MakerDAO protocol, and DeFi accounts for 7.46% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And I'm still thinking, there were days where the DeFi volume used to be around $16 to $17 billion on a 24-hour basis, and DeFi used to account for 16 to 17, certain cases even 20% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. So it looks like 2022 is definitely one of the worst years for DeFi. The volume of stablecoins is at $53.47 billion, and once again guys, the volume of stablecoin is ridiculously low. In 2020 and 21, the volume of stablecoins used to hover well over the $100 billion mark. Now as of today, it is $53.47 billion, and out of the $53.47 billion, Tether USDT accounts for $41.46 billion. And last week we talked about some drama which is going on between CoinDesk and Tether USDT. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the drama between CoinDesk and Tether USDT materializes. USDC's volume is gradually going down since the past 3 weeks, and this is to do with drama between USDC and Binance. So there's a lot of drama going on between stable coins. Now USDC's volume is $4.5 billion, whereas Binance USD's volume is up to $6.55 billion, and stablecoin accounts for 94.29% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now let's quickly compare the market share, 24-hour trading volume, and the dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin's market share is $373 billion, whereas Ethereum's market share is down to $161 billion. So I really am not sure when Ethereum's market share will cross the 50% mark of the Bitcoin's market share. I definitely don't think so it's going to happen by the 15th of this month, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin is $31 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $10 billion, and the dominance of Bitcoin is 39.80%, and Ethereum's dominance is 17.20%. Now, guys, every Mondays, CoinShares, what they tend to do is they tend to publish a blog. Now, I haven't looked at the blog today, but in tomorrow's episode, what I'm going to be discussing is the detailed volumes between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies, because their blogs does provide a very comprehensive information in terms of what investors are looking to invest at a macro level. Along with CoinShares Glassnodes, they tend to provide a weekly snapshot of what is going on in the cryptocurrency world. So in tomorrow's episode, I'm going to throw in some technical information. Now let's look at the price of the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently at $19,552, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 1.51%, and since the last 7 days it is up by 2.05%. Ethereum is at $1,318, and since the last 24 hours it is marginally up by 0.98%, and since the last 7 days it is down by 0.63%. Binance Coin is steady and it is currently at $286, and since the last 24 hours it is marginally down by 0.20%, and since the last 7 days it is up by 4.21%. So Binance Coin has been extremely steady in 2022. So it looks like 2022 is definitely the year for Binance. Now in today's episode, guys, what I'm going to be talking about is Bitcoin's Lightning Network. Now Bitcoin's Lightning Network has reached a new milestone and it is currently handling 5,000 Bitcoins, which is roughly around $96 million. So this whole narrative, Lightning Network, not blockchain, is definitely growing very strong in the Bitcoin and also in the cryptocurrency sphere as well. And Cointelegraph has reported that Bitcoin Lightning Network has struck 5,000 Bitcoins. What that means is roughly $96 million worth of transactions can be done for low volume transactions. And this is absolutely brilliant because Bitcoin is intended to be used as a medium of exchange. So Bitcoin can be used, let's say, for making purchases at McDonald's or coffee shops as well. Bitcoin being a legal tender in Salvador was done because of Lightning Network. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information, in yesterday's episode I did provide some useful resources, and Blockstream has a brilliant website that talks everything about Lightning Network and Liquid Network as well. As a matter of fact, MicroStrategy, where the former CEO was Michael Saylor, is also currently looking to hire a Bitcoin Lightning software engineer. And what they want to do is they want to build a Lightning Network service as a solution platform. Now, if you do want to apply for that, go to my LinkedIn profile and search for the blogs on the 4th of October, and it'll give you a link where you can directly apply. So the new hire will be tasked with building an enterprise-grade e-commerce and cybersecurity SaaS platform based on Bitcoin and Lightning Network. So definitely brilliant stuff. Now, if you do want to find out more information about Lightning Network, I also found out that Michael Saylor, he has an academy called the Saylor.org or Saylor Academy. Now, the link is on my LinkedIn profile where you can get brilliant resources on Lightning Network. Now, the world really needs is Bitcoin Lightning Network and not Kim Kardashian. Now, the news about Kim Kardashian is that she has been fined by the SEC. So, Hollywood celebrity Kim Kardashian has paid a hefty fine for promoting a crypto asset security without disclosing payment received to her followers. Now, the official information can be found on the SEC's website, and the order by the SEC finds that Kim Kardashian violated the anti-touting provision of federal security laws, and this has been the case with other prominent cryptocurrency security violation involving the SEC in the past. Now, I do remember Floyd Mayweather at the weigh-in. I'm trying to recollect which fight was it. He did wear the EthereumMax logo as well. Deontay Wilder, in his rematch with Tyson Fury, also had the EthereumMax. So I really am not sure if these boxers are going to be fined as well. Along with the fine, what the US Securities and Exchange Commission has done. Gary Gensler, who's the chair of the SEC, has put up an excellent video on YouTube which talks about how to use caution with celebrity endorsements of investment products. Definitely a must video, and the video is just over 2 minutes long, so definitely brilliant move by Gary Gensler to protect investors and to protect average individual citizens. Unfortunately, only 2,000 people viewed that video, but it's so important that you go and watch that video because he's giving example and information on how we should not be listening to celebrities and influencers so far as making investment is concerned. So definitely brilliant advice. Now let's talk about some news regarding Ethereum. Now post Ethereum merge, the market share of Ethereum has been going down, and this is what I've been comparing a few weeks before the Ethereum merge. But now the news is that Ethereum has seen a surge in the number of new addresses. So the article is published by News BTC, and Glassnode, which also has another Twitter account called as Glassnode Alerts. Now they also provided a tweet on the 2nd of October that mentioned that the number of new active wallet addresses on Ethereum network has recently climbed to a new all-time high of over 3 million. So this is absolutely brilliant. And just a few hours ago, they also mentioned that the total value in the Ethereum 2.0 deposit contract has also reached a new all-time high at 14,107,591 Ethereum. So Ethereum at a macro level is slowly building its base, and I wouldn't be surprised, guys, in let's say 12 to 18 months down the line, Ethereum does flip Bitcoin only in terms of market cap. Now regarding Ethereum, there is also another positive news, and Daily Coin has reported that Ethereum name service sets a new record with over 437,000 new monthly registration, and the article states the influx saw the number of total registrations climb to over 2.6 million, while protocol revenue from the registration and renewal fees grew by 5.5 million. So Ethereum is slowly and gradually making its move. So once again, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Ethereum does flip Bitcoin probably in the next 12 to 18 months. In terms of price, I definitely don't think that Ethereum ever competes with Bitcoin 3 to 5 years down the line. What I do think is that Bitcoin and NFTs will be a store of value, maybe even a medium of exchange if you use Lightning Network. Ethereum and other blockchain protocols will also be a store of value, will also be used as a medium of exchange, and will be utilized for smart contracts to pay for gas fees and quite a lot of other things. Stable coins such as Tether USDT, Circle's USD, and Binance's BUSD, and central bank digital currencies will be utilized as a medium of exchange. And one question, guys, which I did ask in last week's episode was that who wins the stable coin war? Will it be Tether USDT? Will it be Circle's USDC? Or will it be Binance's BUSD? A lot of them surprisingly said Circle's USDC. Now I beg to differ. I do think the way how Binance is doing its business, probably in the next 2 years or so, I wouldn't be surprised if Binance USDC's volume does surpass Tether USDT, but I could be 100% wrong as well. Now guys, let's talk about 2 news regarding UAE. The first one is Blockchain Economy Dubai does go live in the next couple of hours. The Blockchain Economy Dubai's website is beconomydubai.com. So it's B for Bravo, E for Elephant, C for Charlie, O for Orange, N for November, O for Orange, M for Mother, Y for Yellow, Dubai.com. And Blockchain Economy Dubai is the meeting place for top crypto companies and blockchain entrepreneurs in the largest crypto hub of the world. And Blockchain Economy Summit is the world's largest blockchain conference network, bringing together the key players of crypto industry and experts to redefine the future of finance. This is the 5th edition, and the 5th edition of the Blockchain Economy Summit will take place during 2 days in Dubai between 4th of October and 5th of October with the world's top crypto companies and blockchain entrepreneurs. And Blockchain Economy Dubai Summit will be the main gathering in the region on behalf of the world of blockchain and cryptocurrencies, with a wide range of topics focused on the financial technologies of the future, extensive networking opportunities, and participation from more than 60 countries. So I did get quite a lot of messages via LinkedIn trying to have a meetup with them. Now this year is going to be different because the brand ambassador is not a human being, and they have a robot who is the king of robots, and that robot will be the brand ambassador. And the brand ambassador is going to be 8 feet tall. So on the website it says that they are delighted to introduce the famous Titan the robot joining as a Blockchain Economy Dubai Summit 2022 ambassador, a stunning and awe-inspiring piece of technology that will attract the BE audience from thin air and have people crying with laughter at his hilarious antics. And the robot claims to be a combination of man, ingenious animatronics, engineering, advanced electronics, and has been firmly placed as a market leader in the robotic entertainment in the world today. And I believe this robot was also a participant in Britain's Got Talent, so really I'm not sure in case if you might have seen it, because it says as that Titan, the semi-finalist on Britain's Got Talent, will come live and you won't be able to take a breath from the spectacular show to this incredible 8 feet robot. So it's going to be really interesting and fun as well. Now on the website they do have a list of speakers. I believe they have well over 10 different type of speakers, but if you're attending this session, guys, I would only recommend 3 speakers. I'm pretty much sure all of these speakers are brilliant and great. The first one I would like to recommend is Ivan on Tech. Now listen guys, I've learned quite a lot from Ivan on Tech, and it's surprising and really positive to know that he's one of the speakers. So Ivan on Tech will be at that event. Now he's currently a founder of Morales as well. So he's one of the OGs so far as YouTube influencers in the crypto industry is concerned. The second speaker that I would like to recommend is Mohammed Isa, who's the regional manager of Chainalysis. I have covered about Chainalysis quite a number of times in the last 2 months, and they have been partnering with government organizations. And one thing to note is that they have been loved by the government agencies but hated by Bitcoin maximalists and crypto communities. But it's going to be really interesting to see what Mohammed Isa has to talk. And the final person what I'd like to recommend is Dennis Jarvis, who's the CEO of Bitcoin.com. I'm pretty much sure all the other speakers are brilliant and great, but these are the only 3 speakers that I would personally recommend you guys to go and watch. Now the next topic for today is Rolls-Royce, and they are getting into NFTs. So I'm going to talk about how Rolls-Royce has collaborated with Dubai-based artist Sacha Jafri for the 6 elements in the Phantom car, and how that is linked to charity as well. So the news is that Dubai artist Sacha Jafri and Rolls-Royce has teamed up for a charitable cause, and Rolls-Royce Motor Cars Dubai and Rolls-Royce Motor Cars Abu Dhabi have collaborated with Dubai-based British contemporary artist Sacha Jafri for the 6 elements of the Phantom model. What are the 6 elements featured on the Rolls-Royce, the 6 Elements Phantom? Each of the 6 one-off Rolls-Royce Phantom Series 2 motor cars will have a unique Sacha Jafri inspired by one of the 5 elements, that is earth, water, fire, wind and air, with humanity serving as the 6th element. So absolutely beautiful concept. For those of you guys who don't know who Sacha Jafri is, Sacha Jafri is a Dubai-based British contemporary artist who's known for making Journey of Humanity. And during the COVID era, he did have the largest painting ever done on canvas. So that was absolutely brilliant. So the news regarding NFT is that the Rolls-Royce Phantom, the 6 Elements motor cars, will include a unique digital element, and Rolls-Royce is introducing the Rolls-Royce That Keeps on Giving NFT project. So it is called as the Rolls-Royce That Keeps on Giving, and what this project is going to do is it's going to have 6 unique fly-through animations, and a royalty of 20% will be given to the selected charity for each trade of any of the 6 NFTs. So the 6 one-off NFTs are connected to each of the 6 phantoms, but the owners are allowed to sell the NFTs separately as well. And each Phantom 2 series will have one of these NFTs placed in the glove box, now allowing each of the 6 owners to view the NFT experience while driving. So absolutely brilliant stuff. Now listen guys, I'm personally a massive fan of Rolls-Royce. I personally like Ghost. The model is absolutely brilliant. Now let me give some more information about the NFT project. The project declared goal is to raise $1 million for charity, with the organizations involved to be revealed later this year. The chosen recipient will be humanity-centric, spanning three sectors, that is health, education and sustainability. And Caesar Habib, who's the Rolls-Royce Motor Cars Middle East and Africa Regional Director, has said Jafri was chosen for his unique vision, style and use of color. The idea behind including humanity as an element expounds on the five traditional elements that are central to the artist's work. The underlying message is that we must achieve harmony within ourselves and bring back humanity to the world. So definitely brilliant and beautiful way of utilizing NFTs. And Sacha Jafri has said the six Rolls-Royce Phantoms will embody the emotions of each element force. The artistic journey begins and ends with emotions and intentions, fueling my inspiration to create the color palette of six elements, that is earth, fire, wind, water, and air, enhanced by the addition of a new element, that is humanity, the very essence of life itself. So definitely beautiful in artistic way, and what better way to use NFTs. So definitely brilliant use. So that's all for today, guys, on the Crypto and Coffee Update from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com and check out my other website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com. And guys, check out my other website, that is area2071.com, that talks everything about Metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto and Coffee a Date, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how the series of episodes in the Crypto and Coffee a Date works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding the cryptocurrency world. I have a question by Trish, who asks, what are your thoughts on Robert Kiyosaki predicting that the US dollar will crash by January? Now, I did hear that news, Trish, and what I was thinking was to put that in my podcast. But when I went through that news, I didn't find that quite appealing, to be honest. But before we start, Trish, none of what I'm saying is any financial advice. Now, one thing to remember is when influencers and celebrities give out any price prediction, all of the price predictions are 100% right 50% of the time. Robert Kiyosaki has a brilliant podcast, but unfortunately, he's been making his predictions since a very long time, and to be honest, none of his predictions have ever come to pass. Now, he did say at one point of time that Bitcoin is going to go to zero, and he talked that, how the governments, they're going to be focusing on regulations, and that's one of the reasons why Bitcoin will 100% go to zero. Unfortunately, that has not happened as well. I do remember reading through the article earlier. Now, the reason why he said that the US dollar will crash is only because of the crash in the British pound. And a British pound did have a nosedive against other currencies, and the Bank of England were taking emergency action with a bond buying program to calm the markets. Because of that, Robert Kiyosaki tweeted that what has happened to England will happen to US as well. He did actually tweet that the English pound died this week, and he said that the US dollar will follow the English pound. That was about all. And some of them did ask him questions about, why does he think that? He literally talked about, the interest rate going high, and he feels that the US dollar will completely crash by January 2023. Unfortunately, Trish, none of these predictions ever turn out to be true. All the so-called cryptocurrencies price influencers are 100% right 50% of the time. So what are my thoughts? I would completely ignore it. And something which I told you as well, I was thinking of mentioning that in my podcast. But then I remembered he's made several of these predictions. None of these predictions ever turned out to be true. And as a matter of fact, Gary Gensler, he put out a video just earlier today, and this was with reference to Kim Kardashian, where he talks about how celebrities and influencers are promoting cryptocurrencies and we as users should not be listening to their advice. That is one take. When you understand how Bitcoin works, you need to understand that Bitcoin supply is fixed and the demand is what keeps varying. Now, a lot of the multi-billionaires, celebrities and influencers, they have acquired a lot of Bitcoin. So what they want to do is they want to pump the demand for Bitcoin, and it's no surprise why they want to do that. By doing that, they create the demand for Bitcoin. By doing that, the price of Bitcoin will increase, and then their own existing net worth in Bitcoin will increase. That's one of the only reasons why celebrities, multi-billionaires, early adopters, and people like Robert Kiyosaki or Michael Saylor are non-stop promoting Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But personally, I would just completely ignore that. I have another question by Faisal who asks, which cryptocurrency exchange would you recommend from Dubai and UAE? Now, I believe Faisal, you asked the question yesterday as well regarding Bitcoin Lightning Network, so thank you so very much for that. Now, regarding your question, which cryptocurrency exchange I would recommend? I would 100% recommend BitOasis. And the answer is pretty simple because I'm a brand ambassador for BitOasis. Now, that being said, Faisal, to be honest, BitOasis is, if not one of the best cryptocurrency exchange from the Middle East. Now, in 2016, there used to be a series of events in Emirates Tower called as the Next Money. So BitOasis CEO was one of the key proponents of talking about Bitcoin way back before even it was popular. So she is definitely one of the OGs. And I do very specifically remember asking her a question back then in terms of licensing, if BitOasis is facing any challenge, and she was very upfront and she said that Dubai and UAE are very proactive so far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are concerned. But that being said, I would definitely recommend BitOasis. They were, if not one of the first to receive license from ADGM, that is Abu Dhabi Global Market. And in 2021, I believe, they had, if not one of the best years, they had reached a target of $4 billion in the first quarter of 2021. So BitOasis is definitely going to be my preference. Now listen, Faisal, if you are signing up for them, I am a brand ambassador. So drop me a message giving your email address. And other guys, if you're listening to this podcast, if you do want to use any cryptocurrency exchange in Dubai, UAE, and Middle East, I would definitely recommend go to BitOasis. The second I would recommend is maybe Binance or Crypto.com. But BitOasis, because why? I am a brand ambassador for them. And Faisal, rather than using any cryptocurrency exchange, my overall message for you is, rather than buying cryptocurrency, why don't you start accepting cryptocurrencies as a medium of payment? So let's say if you have a business, what you can do is, apart from accepting fiat currencies, you can start accepting cryptocurrencies. That would be my first message. The second one is, you could also use a decentralized exchange, something similar to Uniswap. But nonetheless, if you do want to use a cryptocurrency exchange, make sure that you buy the cryptocurrency exchange and then immediately transfer it to your own wallet, because the whole notion is not your keys, not your crypto. So that's all for today, guys, on the Crypto and Coffee Date from Blockchain DXB. In case if you have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com and check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com. And guys, check out my other website, that is area2071.com, that talks everything about Metaverse. And if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto and Coffee Date, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, pure blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how this series of episodes in the Crypto and Coffee Date works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. Thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.